Hello everyone, and welcome to another UFC review. This is for UFC Fight Night Holm vs Shevchenko. This one's going to be a bit shorter than normal because when I put on the tally box to record it, I was kind of halfway through the prelims already, and I didn't see the point in recording the next two fights if I couldn't really watch them all, and probably I would only have gotten about one full fight from the prelims anyway by that stage, so I just didn't record them. It's really just going to be the main card I'm going to be covering. As always with these, I cover just the fights I've seen and the fights I tell you the fights I enjoyed and disliked from those few. And these few, we have four, and it was in the United Center in Chicago, Illinois, so cool. I've always wanted to go to Chicago personally, so we're just gonna go right to the fights. So let's do this. First fight was Felice Herrig against Kaylin Curran, and pretty easy win for Felice. I mean, she showed how good of a striker she is in the women's division. She outstruck Curran at every possible turn. Then, when Curran knew she was hurt, Felice went for a takedown and managed to get on top. Then Curran made the mistake of accidentally getting giving up her back, so Felice just sunk in the rear naked choke and won pretty early on in the first round. So, yeah, really good. She got performance of the night for it, so woo. The next fight was a heavyweight bout between Francis Ngannou and Bojan Mihajlovic. He has a very, very weird to pronounce surname, and Ngannou won kind of controversially by first round TKO. I mean, it's easy to tell that his striking was a lot better than Bojan's was. And he managed to land a really good punch there down Bojan. But Bojan managed to get back up, so, the fight was kind of continued. That's not the controversial part. The controversial part was after Ngannou did it again and landed a whole crap load of strikes, like hammer fist and stuff. But Bojan, this is the controversial bit, Bojan was actually doing really well defending and blocking them. And I guess Herb Dean, who was the referee, who is one of the best referees without doubt, I guess he just thought Bojan was taking too much punishment and called the fight off. I mean, I don't really know why. It's clear to see that Bojan was blocking and defending pretty intelligently. It just appeared to just be too much punishment, I guess. I guess Dean called it off out of mercy, so I don't know. But you know what? First time I've seen Ngannou fight, I was impressed. First time I've seen Bojan fight because this was his debut, if I'm not mistaken, and he did a decent job despite the short time that he was in there. So now this event, obviously, with every event, well, almost every event has a fight of the night, and while the actual fight of the night was on the Fight Pass, as you know, I never really get to see the Fight Pass anyway. So I'm going to have to call this one my fight of the night because it was a damn close second in my opinion. Edson Barboza vs Gilbert Melendez, the co-main event of the evening. What a fight this was. I mean, Barboza is always exciting, Melendez always exciting. You put the two together and there's bound to be just like fireworks, and it was really, really awesome. Barboza landing his vicious leg kicks, all on the left leg of Melendez, and if Melendez knew how powerful these were, why didn't he switch stances a lot earlier? He kept staying in the orthodox stance. He pretty much left his leg out there. There was a lot of times in the second round and some in the third round where I thought Melendez was going to go down, Barboza was going to land one of those leg kicks and follow it with TKO punches and just that would be it. But it was a really exciting fight, especially when they got close and Melendez showed off his boxing. Because that is the thing. Melendez has better boxing. Barboza's got better kicking. Put the two together, it was a really, really exciting fight. Later in the third round, the action did a little bit, but it was still a really, really good round. I was kind of surprised as to why the crowd was booing, considering that it was still exciting. There was still really, really good moments. So, yeah. And then there was the main event, which was kind of an air way to cap off the four fights I saw, with this being the fourth final one. Holly Holm versus Valentina Shevchenko, and Shevchenko won by unanimous decision after 5 rounds of pretty much her outstriking Holm every turn. Here's the thing, Holm is a taller fighter, and Shevchenko naturally fights at strawweight. I mean, she's beaten Joanna Jędrzejczyk. That's a really, really impressive feather in her cap. And there was actually like an odds thing, like they put up like a sort of pie chart, Derby, and it showed like Holly Holm having like 70% or more of the fight, and Shevchenko getting the remaining like 30 odd, 25% ish, and she completely dominated Holm. She landed some really good shots on her. She stuck to her game plan. The only advantage Holm really was the clinch, but even then Shevchenko was able to get out of it, and it wasn't really employed much except for against the cage in the first, like once in the first 2 rounds each. So I don't know, it was kind of a disappointing showing from Holm. I think I know when you lose a title, it can be kind of a downfall thing, and I think that's what might be happening to Holm. But I believe she's a strong competitor. I believe she'll be back really soon. It was just she didn't really give much of a good performance. She tried, but Shevchenko just outclassed her, and I definitely think a lot more people are going to take notice of Shevchenko now. So yeah, it was a good event despite the fact I really only got to see the main card. And I will see you next week, I believe, because UFC 201 is on, and I'm going to be watching it with my dad. Probably not going to be reviewing it with him, but I'm going to be watching it with him. Then you'll get my review the day after we watch it. So it's going to be awesome. I'll see you all then. Take care. Peace.